Good morning and welcome to Tyler, Texas on another beautiful sunshiny day here in Tyler's Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you on the pregame show. Got a chance to talk to both head coaches about yesterday's opening game of this actually two-game series between these two clubs. There'll be 3 games today at the ballpark. We'll broadcast Game 1 and Game 3 that include the Apaches versus the Buffaloes here in Game 1 here just a few minutes from now. The Buffaloes will play the Panola Ponies in the middle game, and then the nightcap will be the Apaches taking on the Panola Ponies. So that's a lot of baseball on tap here. If you're in the area, come on out and enjoy it. Beautiful day. The sun's shining. Temperatures right at 60 degrees here, or actually not quite 60, 59 degrees as we get ready to play some baseball. I did get a chance to catch up with both coaches. Yesterday's ball game, Apaches got out quickly, 3 in the first inning, and then kind of chipped away through the middle innings, and then in the 6th inning put a 7 spot on the board. The bats really came alive yesterday for Tyler Junior College, and first win of the year for the Apaches. They're now 1-3 on the season. I talked to both coaches, and let's hear what Coach Cochran had to say down in front of the dugout for the Buffaloes. Okay, we got Coach Blake Cochran out here getting ready to take pregame. Both clubs done with batting practice, and talk about yesterday's ball game. I thought Peyton, gritty, competitive game for him. Just kind of ran out of gas. They got off to a quick start.
Definitely.
And that was the first time they'd done that so far this season. And I know their hitters kind of relaxed a little bit. But even so, Peyton, he was limiting their run production. And then that 6th inning just kind of ran out of gas.
Exactly. He's that was the first start for him of the season. We're looking for him to be our number 2 guy, and like you said, just kind of got to that 6th inning, ran out of gas. We got into, I believe it was the 4th. We were down 3 or 4 to 1. That's when Mike Coven came up and hit the leadoff home run. And that's what I told the guys. I was like, that's where we got to get that kind of momentum flowing right there. That's where we got to get the the momentum on our side and take off. But as you saw, we come out and he hits the 1-run shot, and then we kind of go stale after that, and then just too many errors in the field, too many mistakes. That just cost you at this level. Right.
Well, I thought you did get some offense. The left side of your infield gave you a little bit of offense, and despite the fact that yesterday wasn't probably your best outing. The sun's out today. You got another chance to tee it up. The beautiful part of the game is it's 0-0 here as we tee it up, right?
Exactly. That's what, we took the guys down in the corner, had a good long conversation yesterday, just kind of about the ins and outs of what we've been talking about all year. Right. And, and that's what, I believe, if you're going to tear your guys down, you got to bring them back up. And the beautiful thing about the game is there's always tomorrow,
Well, the thing that I love about the game, and I've been involved with it for almost 40 years now as a player and coach, is that it basically is a laboratory for life. You get a chance to teach these young men, because not very long from now, their gloves and bats are going to be in the garage, and they're going to have a chance to be husbands and fathers and citizens. And that's the beauty of being a leader in this environment. I think that's why you're back coaching, right?
Exactly. That's what I tell these guys. I have a 3-year-old son, and I love these guys just as that's the way I treat them. Being a new dad, it's a great adventure in life, and then you got 22 young guys that you can take under your tutelage, and that's what you said. Once baseball's over, I want these guys to go on and be good citizens, be good people in life, and that's what we talk a lot about, is just respecting other people. Once we step off the field, we appreciate what we get to do in this game, but we treat people the right way.
It is a game.
It exactly.
And when it's over, you walk away and you hope that the lessons you learn day to day in practice, in preparation, and then on game day, when it's time to tee it up, get after it, right? Leave it out there, leave no stone unturned.
Exactly.
And when the game is over, you feel like, hey, I did the best I can. The results aren't always in our hands, so talk about who's going to get the ball today in this first game against Tyler.
Bo Carter's getting game 1 today. He's our projected number 1. He wasn't able to get going last weekend, but we finally got him, ready to go. This is his first outing of the year. He's a sophomore for us. Bo's the life of our team. He's a leader. He's the guy that really gets the momentum going with us and gets these guys picked up. So I think we're going to be able to have a good outing behind Bo today. We're going to have some confidence in our defense a little bit more, knowing that he can go out there and really be effective for us.
Awesome. Well, Blake, win, lose, or draw, stay positive with these guys. Keep pouring into their hearts, and tell you what, they'll never forget it. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you so much.
All right, big thank you to head coach Blake Cochran in his first season as skipper of the Buffaloes from Arkansas Baptist. They're located up in Little Rock, about 241 miles from Tyler. So they'll play a doubleheader today and head back to the house. About a little over 4-hour trip for them. And what a beautiful day we have here in East Texas for a triple header. We're going to broadcast 2 of them. We'll broadcast the first one and the last one between the Apaches and the Buffaloes. And then later on, somewhere about 6 o'clock or so, we'll have the Apaches and the Panola Ponies, who are not arrived here at Mike Carter Field just yet. But they'll be here probably sometime during this first ball game. And I also had a chance to talk to the head coach for the Tyler Apaches. They got their first win yesterday, 0-3 coming into yesterday's ball game, and I know Coach Wren was happy to get that first one under the belt. Let's hear what he had to say down in the Apache dugout just a few minutes ago.
All right, we got Coach Wren here outside, or we're standing in the dugout as the Apaches take pregame. And Doug, results-wise, you're not where you're at, but you got some guys that are showing some good progress. You got a young club. Both Davis and Hood have had a couple of multi-hit games of your 3. All right, we got Coach Wren here in the Apache dugout, and, well, the bats came alive yesterday. You guys got, 14 runs, 11 of them were earned. So congrats on the win. Let's talk about your thoughts on yesterday's ball game.
Yeah, it was good to get that first win out of the way and get that under our belt, get in the win column, and we played well yesterday. All phases.
Yeah.
Cooper gave us a good start. He was efficient. We talked about that before the game. Him being efficient. I think he only threw like 64 pitches, somewhere in that realm. So for him
I think it was ridiculous. It was about 90% strikes, if not more.
Yeah.
I was making note of that in the broadcast. That at one point he had thrown like 3 balls in 3 innings or some craziness. So when you're that efficient, you're going to have a chance to be really successful, and he was yesterday.
Yeah, it was, and we were able to get Casey Pelton in there at the end of the game.
Right.
He was about the only arm that hasn't got out there yet,
Okay.
so
Good.
It was good. So now, we're kind of locked and loaded for today and for a doubleheader, and got the bullpen in good shape, and hopefully we're able to swing it well again today. It's good. We just, we hit the balls hard and had some good at-bats, put pressure on the defense, and just, the little things that we try to do on a daily basis. And so it was good. I saw a little less nerves in here. Guys just kind of handling the adrenaline a little bit better. And so hopefully happens
It's
again
a process,
today.
isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, especially with the young team. You've got a lot of young players and guys that are just debuting here in college baseball, and to manage playing a 56-game schedule and the ups and downs that brings over the course of 3 months, it's a lot. And so, again, it was good for us to kind of get that first win under our belt, and to have a kind of a runaway win, and you need some of those sometimes.
Right, yep.
And so hopefully we can have a good first game today, and it'll take some confidence into a game tonight that I imagine will be a pretty good one against Panola.
So talk about today, the format. How did it evolve? Like, I know originally this was a 3-game series against Arkansas Baptist, and then Panola got in the equation. I guess we're gonna play a 7 here, the first one.
Yeah, these will all be 7s today.
All 3 of them.
All 3 of them. So. This just happens in college baseball sometimes. They had a series that kind of fell through in the last minute, and so Todd called me, and him being 45 minutes away and a good friend of mine, he for them to come in and get in this series is awesome. It's not a whole lot of, we're not out a whole lot, and it gives us a chance to play a good team early. And,
Absolutely.
And kind of the same thing with Paris last weekend. We were supposed to play Centenary. He called me, needing some games, and so I think for us, just opportunities to challenge these guys early and often, and will give us a better chance of getting ready for late in the season. So.
Awesome. Well, Doug, congrats on win number 1. Hopefully it's one of many this year. And thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, you.
All right, shout out to Coach Wren and Coach Cochran for giving me a few minutes of their pregame time. They are down at home plate right now, going through the ground rules with these 3 umpires. We're getting ready to play baseball here momentarily. Apache's getting ready to, actually we're getting ready to have an anthem here before they take the field. But yesterday's ball game, a 14-1 victory for the Apaches. Win number 1 on the season for Tyler Junior College. It dropped Arkansas Baptist record to 1-2 overall. And both these clubs will play double headers today. They'll play one against each other, and then they'll play another game against the Panola Ponies. And so let's take a moment here, honor America with our national anthem.
We now ask that you stand and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
All right, let's play ball. We are in Tyler, and we are at Christus Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field. Game 2 of this 2-game series between these two clubs. Let's walk through the lineups for both of them. First, for the Arkansas Baptist Buffaloes, they're 1-2 on the year. They're led by first-year head coach Blake Cochran. Here's the lineup that Coach Cochran has penned this morning. Leading off is the center fielder, Karib Thrower Jr. Batting second, Francisco Cartea, the right fielder. Batting third, left fielder, Joshua Cologne. Batting cleanup, Kenny Maisonette. Playing shortstop today, played center field yesterday. Batting fifth is the catcher, Garrett Dennis. Batting sixth is Izhar Vargas. He caught yesterday. Today he's at first base. Batting seventh, the DH, Andrew Morgan. He played first yesterday, and he'll slide into that DH role today. Batting eighth is the third baseman, Parker Freer. And batting ninth for the Buffaloes, second baseman, Nick McMullen. That's a new name for the lineup. Defensively, for your Apaches, they are now 1-3 on the season. Got their first win yesterday by a score of 14-1. Here's the defensive alignment for the Apaches. Out in left field, it's Heath Hood. Jacob Johnson back in center field today. Alec Williams will get the nod in right field. Around the infield, Dalton Davis back at third. Tyler Linweber is at short here. Ren Reynolds back at second. Blake Whittington gets the nod at first base. Robert Hines behind the plate. And on the mound for the Apaches, right-handed sophomore from the Woodlands, Dalen Farmer. Farmer, 6'2", right-hander. Pitched 4 innings last weekend. He did get a start last weekend. Struck out 4, walked 1. He's 0-0 with a 2.25 ERA. Out of College Park High School in the Woodlands, Dalen Farmer. Ball's down to second base. We're moments from first pitch. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. Absolutely gorgeous day here in Tyler. Boy, if you're not out here yet and you got a chance, you need to come out and enjoy some great ball. Got 3 games today. Apaches will play game 1 and game 3. We're now right at 60 degrees here as we start game 1. Got an east breeze at about 8 miles an hour. That's just going to flutter in from right field, just a hair. 20%, 28% humidity, so just perfect weather. It's actually a sunscreen day. If you're out here too long, you're going to get roasted. And looks like Dalen Farmer has got something going on with one of his, maybe he's taken off a bracelet of some sort, looks like. Slight delay here in the start of the ball game. Left-handed batting, Karib Thrower will lead it off. He did not play yesterday. Did not get an at-bat, so first at-bat of the series for Thrower. First pitch swing and fouls it off the net left side. We're underway at 12:02. So just a hair late today, like we were yesterday. 2 minutes late, not bad. From the windup, the big right-hander, Dalen Farmer. Check swing. Did he go? Did not, says the third base umpire. 3-man umpiring crew today. Mike Carter, 325 down both lines, 361 in both gaps, 370 straight away. Got an 18-foot high wall all the way around this ballpark. Scoreboard in right center field. Fastball called a strike. And a little delay call there. I think got some reaction from the Buffalo fans. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got the scoreboard working today. That's kind of a nice feature. The pitch. Off the plate. 2-2. Just getting started here. As I like that. Mr. Umpire asked the on-deck hitter to pick that ball up. I'm not a big fan of balls laying around either. Outside corner, strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Farmer. Yesterday, Cooper Rawls struck out 8 batters in 6 innings of work. And Casey Pelton came on and struck out 2 more in the 9th. So 10 strikeouts for the Apache pitching yesterday in 7 innings. Stepping in is Francisco Cartella. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. Cartella did not play yesterday either, so both lineups, a couple of new faces in both lineups today. Both these coaches still very early in the season. 1-0 pitch, fastball gets away from Farmer, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Farmer out of the windup. It's going to miss inside, and he falls behind 3-0. Well, we got spoiled yesterday. Cooper Rawls was unbelievably efficient in throwing strikes. Through 3 innings, he only had thrown 5 balls. That's in there for a strike, 3-1. Rawls, deep breath on the mound. Here's the 3-1. Line shot into center field, base hit. Good piece of hitting there by Cartella. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Cartella hits second base, and he'll stay there. And that ball was hit pretty sharply.
Now batting number 7,
Off the
Johnson
bat, I
Cologne.
thought Reynolds might have had a chance to get there, and it scooted by him quickly. And nobody home in the gap. It went all the way to the south side bank sign. And it's a 1-out double. There goes the no-hitter. Here's Joshua Cologne. He did play yesterday, albeit in right field, back in that 3 spot today for Coach Cochran in his first year as the head coach of the Buffaloes. Talked to him yesterday a little bit on the pregame interview and talked about him entering the business world for a couple years and then sliding back into a role as coach after he realized that's really what where his heart was. So been involved in baseball as a player and had gotten off and started making some money and started a family and realized that really his heart was in the game. And so here he is back as the head coach of the Arkansas Baptist Buffaloes. 0-1 pitch, high left field. Going back is Hood. He's got room, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. So pretty well hit by Cologne. But the wind today is not blowing out to left. Yesterday that wind was blowing straight out to left. It wasn't really howling out, but that kind of ball would have carried a little more yesterday than it did just there. So 2 outs in the first inning, and here is Kenny Maisonette. He's playing short today. Played center field yesterday. He's back in the 4-hole for the Buffaloes. Maisonette 0 for 3 in yesterday's ball game. Farmer from the stretch. Misses, ball 1. Apache's got some new names in their lineup as well. Whittington at first base, Lynn Weber at short, Williams in right. So both coaches just trying to give some guys some opportunities to show what they can do in the starting role. 1-0 pitch just off the plate. And it's 2-0. Farmer still trying to find a bit of a rhythm out there. 2 outs. A 1-out double by Cartea has him at second base. Farmer out of the stretch. And he'll just try to keep Cartea a little bit closer to that bag with 2 outs. Sure, he'll be trying to get a good jump at the crack of the bat here. Still scoreless, top of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Line shot, just foul on the third base line. Buffalo's in that third base dugout as the visitors are here every home game for the Apaches. Wearing their black tops with the gray pants today. Got the black ball caps with Baptist across the front in white. Got the white trim around the neck and the sleeves. Apaches got the gold tops. White pants with the black and gold striping down the side. The 2-1 pitch, a big hack there, fouls it straight back out over our heads, and it's 2-2. Wind picking up now, blowing straight in from left field. Got some media out here today. TV stations coming out getting some highlights. One of the nice things about being in Tyler, there's 3 TV stations here that do a great job of covering TJC athletics. 2-2 pitch. Line shot right at Reynolds. Does not have to move. And that's an easy out. And that'll end the inning. So the Apaches strand Francisco Cartea at second base. And there's a 0 on the board. And we'll head to the bottom of the first. Still scoreless. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. All right, let's bring you back a little early here as we'll walk you through the Tyler lineup. As we said, we got some new faces from yesterday. Yesterday was a 14-1 win. The bats really came alive. And so Coach Wren's going to give a couple new guys a chance to start here in game 1. Here's what Coach Wren put on his lineup card. Jacob Johnson is back in that leadoff spot in center field. Batting second is the third baseman. That would be Dalton Davis. Batting third is the left fielder, Heath Hood. So the top 3 are the same. Robert Hines batting cleanup today, though. He's catching. Yesterday he started at first base. Miguel Vega moves up to the 5 position. He'll be the DH again today. Ren Reynolds back at second. He goes from the 9 spot up to the 6 spot here in game 2 of the series. Blake Whittington will get his first start of the weekend. He's at first base. He'll bat 7th. The shortstop is Tyler Linweber. He'll bat 8th, and then batting 9th is the right fielder, Alec Williams. So it's Johnson, Davis, Hood, Hines, Vega, Reynolds, Whittington, Linweber, Williams. Defensively for the Buffaloes, Joshua Cologne in left field today. Yesterday he was in right. Karib Thrower is in center field. Francisco Cartea in right. Parker Freer at third. Kenny Maisonette moves from center field to short today. Nick McMullen gets the nod today for the Buffaloes at second base. Ishar Vargas, who caught yesterday, is at first base. Garrett Dennis behind the plate, and on the mound, right-handed sophomore from Paragould, Arkansas, 6 foot and 180, Bo Carter. Carter gets the start here, and Coach Cochran said that in all likelihood, Carter will be their number 1 arm. Hit the bull. He did the same thing in warm-ups. His first warm-up went all the way to the screen. So ball 1, the left-handed batting center fielder, Jacob Johnson. Johnson 1 for 5 yesterday, scored a run, and an infield hit in the second inning. 2 balls, no strikes on the Apache center fielder. Time is called. I don't know what we got going on here. Umpire at first base is going to... They did this yesterday. The umpires did the same thing yesterday. The very first pitcher, first half inning for the Buffaloes, the first base umpire came in and made a comment about something mechanically with the feet of the pitcher yesterday. And yesterday it was Peyton Hart. Today it's Bo Carter. And I think it has something to do with where they're stepping. And there's always new points of emphasis for these umpires each year in the NC2A. And these guys are basically, we're playing NC2A rules for the most part here today. So if they're doing something that's out of the realm of legality within the rules, especially if it's a point of emphasis, the umpires are going to make note of that. So I don't know. He hasn't said anything since the first pitch, so evidently he's made an adjustment. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Jacob Johnson. From the windup, this is Bo Carter. Just missed off the plate, and it's a full count. Apaches yesterday got out in a hurry. A 3-run first opened the door for an eventual 14-1 victory. And it's a leadoff walk. First walk of the ball game for Carter, and Johnson is aboard. Here's Dalton Davis, and boy, what a start he's had to this season. Another multi-hit game yesterday for Davis. I think his 3rd of the year. 2 for 5 yesterday, a couple runs scored, had an RBI. He had 2 singles, 1 to center and 1 to left, scored a couple of runs, drove 1 in. So he has been hot from the start here for the Apaches. Had a 2-hit game against Centenary last week. And another 2-hit game against Paris. So, again, his 3rd multi-hit game of the season yesterday. There goes Johnson, the throw down, and he's there. Ball slips into center. He'll scamper to 3rd. It's going to be a stolen base and an E2. So he steals 2nd, and then the errant throw allows him to get over to 3rd base. So we talked to Coach Cochran. He was a little frustrated at his guys yesterday. The defensive plays made 3 errors in yesterday's ball game, and there's the first one of the day here for the Buffaloes in the 1st inning. 2 balls and no strikes. Carter, breaking pitch, hangs up in the zone, and Davis fouls it off to the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, and Johnson, the leadoff hitter, is at 3rd. A walk, a stolen base, and an errant throw has him at 3rd, 90 feet away. Fly ball, this should score the run. This is thrower in center field to make the grab, and Johnson will tag and score easily. A sac fly by Davis makes it 1-0 Apaches.
Now batting, number 5, Heath Hood.
RBI for Dalton Davis, and he's already being productive in this one. He's had a really nice start at the plate for Tyler Junior College. Here's Heath Hood now with 1 away and nobody aboard. And yesterday, Hood, couple of hits for himself, doubled to left, an infield single. Also stole a bag, and he was on base 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 times he came to home plate. So doing exactly what you want the top of the lineup guys to do. That ball's well hit to center field. Thrower back to his right, and he'll run it down for out number 2. Well hit by Hood, but not quite deep enough. Again, that wind is going to knock the ball down in that direction a little bit today. Not real strong, just got an easterly wind at 8 miles an hour. And every once in a while, it kind of gusts up just a bit, blowing these flags, these national championship flags. Every once in a while, they'll get going pretty good in the opposite direction as they were yesterday. That westerly breeze yesterday, today it's coming out of the east. 1 ball, no strikes to Robert Hines, the catcher today. Hines played first yesterday. Big hack by Hines, fouls it straight back. It's 1-1. Yesterday, Hines 1 for 4. He scored 3 runs. Apache scored 14 on the day on 13 hits. 11 of the 14 Apache runs yesterday were earned. So they really swung the bats well against Peyton Hart, starting pitcher for the Buffaloes. Bo Carter, the sophomore, on the hill for the Buffaloes today. Here's the windup, the 2-1. That ball's well hit. High, deep to left. Got a chance. Cologne back and gone. Boy, you felt off the bat it had a chance, and boy, he drove that through the wind. And boy, yesterday that would have really got out of here, but Robert Hines catches one and knocks it over the wall in left field. A solo home run with 2 away, and it's 2-0 Apaches. That gets the dugout fired up. And the Apaches, here's Miguel Vega, a similar start that they had yesterday. They opened up yesterday's ball game with 3 runs in the first inning, and they've already got 2 here in the bottom of inning number 1 today. Wind up, the pitch. That's way low. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. Carter has fallen behind many of the hitters he's faced here in the first inning. And that's forced him to bring some balls in the zone that have been hittable. And Davis with a sac fly to center, and Hines took full advantage of a fastball, driving it out of the yard. Fly ball out of play down the right field line. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 away, nobody on. And we've got a few more people here today than we had yesterday, as you might expect on a Saturday. Beautiful day for ball. If you got a chance to slide over here, come on over. Going to play 3 games today. Apaches and Buffaloes here at noon. A 3 o'clock game between Arkansas Baptist and Panola, and then Panola Tyler later on at 6. Look out, hit the ball again. It's the second time that Carter has missed everything and gone all the way to the net. 3-1 with 2 away. Vega, gotta believe he might take a rip at something he likes here. Wind up, the 3-1. Good hack, that's in the gap, that's trouble. And that ball is off the wall about 4 feet from getting out of here. Vega drives one to the right center gap, a 2-out double. Well, you kind of thought that's what's been happening here in the first inning. Carter has been falling behind some of these Apache hitters, and when he's got to bring that fastball in, they've been ready. So a home run and a double back-to-back, and here is Ren Reynolds. And Reynolds, a couple of hits yesterday, 2 for 3. A run scored, an RBI. Good block there by Garrett Dennis, and the big fella hustling over to third with 2 outs. It's going to be a wild pitch that will move Vega to third base. And the Apaches trying to do what they did yesterday. They scored 3 in the first inning, and that third run now 90 feet away. Here's the 1-0. Fly ball, this should do it. Cartea camped under it in right field, makes the grab, and that's it. F9 if you're scoring at the house. But the Apaches get 2 runs on 2 hits. The big blow, a solo home run by catcher Robert Hines. Sac fly by Davis, scored Johnson. And your new score at Mike Carter Fields, we go to the second inning. Tyler 2, Arkansas Baptist 0. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. Dr. John Groth with you. And the Buffaloes 5, 6, and 7 will come to the plate here in the second inning. Garrett Dennis, the catcher, will get his first at bat of the series against Dalen Farmer. Farmer threw 17 pitches. First pitch swung on, fouled back, strike one. 17 pitches in inning number 1 for Farmer, 10 of them for strikes. Gets ahead of Dennis here, 0-1 from the windup. Misses inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bo Carter threw 22 pitches in his first inning of work. 10 of them were strikes. Yeah, Farmer taking his time, and finally now Garrett Dennis steps out. The 1-1 pitch. Little delay called, but second time he's done that on a little bit of a delay, so might think it's going to be a ball, and then all of a sudden he takes that step with the right foot and throws that right arm out there. 1-2. Grounder up the middle, and tough play here, and Lindweber can't make it. You thought Farmer might be able to get a glove on it, but it was by him too quickly, and then Lindweber went back behind second base. You thought he might have a shot at it, but it ends up being the second hit for the Buffaloes here in the second inning. That'll be a 1B8, I guess. Or I guess maybe 1B6. It actually went off his glove. Lindweber got a glove on it. So Garrett Dennis, the catcher, at first base with no one out. First pitch is in there. Strike one to Izhar Vargas. Vargas did play yesterday. He caught the whole game. 0 for 3, a couple of ground outs and a strikeout. Snap throw over, and Dennis back safely. 2-0 Apaches. We're in the top of the second inning. This is a scheduled 7, and I had a little chat with Coach Wren off mic. There's a bloop to right field, and this is Ren Reynolds easily catching that one. A P4 if you're scoring at the house. Infield pop-up, and there's one away. Talking to Coach Wren before the ball game about a potential run rule. All 3 games are scheduled 7s, and he wasn't 100% sure if they were going to, if any of these games got out of hand, if they were going to play a run rule or not. So we'll just have to see what happens here. That ball's in the dirt, and the catcher, Hines, I don't know if it hit Mr. Umpire. Somehow, I'm pretty sure it went off his shin guard because it got by Hines but stayed right there around home plate. Next pitch, grounded to short, could be 2. You go 6 and 4 and 3. Double play ends the inning. Nicely done. Lindweber to Reynolds to Whittington. And Farmer ends up facing the minimum in the inning. 6 to 4 to 3 ends the threat. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Tyler. Welcome back to Tyler. And for the Apaches, 7, 8, and 9. This is Blake Whittington for the first time this weekend. He gets the start at first base here in Game 2 of this two-game series between the Buffaloes and the Apaches. Whittington did not play yesterday. The 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Took something off of that one. It's 1-1. Whittington, Linweber, and Williams scheduled a hit for the Apaches, wearing their gold tops today. The black ball caps. Got the black stirrups. That misses. 2-1. Nobody on, nobody out. 2-0. Apaches 2 runs on 2 hits. The Buffaloes also have 2 hits. Look out right off the front shoulder of Whittington. He'll scamper down to first base on the hit by pitch. And that'll bring up Tyler Linweber.
Number 1, Tyler Linweber.
Linweber did not play yesterday. Apaches had 1 substitution in yesterday's game. Trey Thomas got an at-bat in that long 6th inning. Other than that, they stayed with their lineup, and the Buffaloes did not make any subs, either pitching or in the field. So the new names today wouldn't have gotten an at-bat or any kind of playing time yesterday. So both coaches decided to give some new guys a chance today. Both these squads well before conference play. So as you heard Coach Wren talk about, you know, they've got a long time before they have to play Coastal Bend. There goes the runner, throw to second, not in time. Stolen base for Blake Whittington. So that'll be stolen base number 2 for the Apaches here in this ball game. And there's a runner in scoring position, nobody out. So now you think 0-1, says Mr. Umpire. And might be a bunt situation here. We'll see what Coach Wren puts on. Not sure that Mr. Whittington's although he just stole a bag there, I'm not sure he's going to steal third. Although not holding him very much. Here's the pitch. There's the bunt. And nicely done. Stays fair. And no play. Throw gets away and a run comes home. 3-0 Apaches. Well, he'll get credit for the sacrifice, but it's going to be an error on third baseman Parker Freer that allow the run to come home.
Alec Williams.
So Linweber will get credit for a sacrifice, but it also will be an error. So the run scores on the error, but that would have been a sacrifice either way. So statistically, he'll get credit for the sack. There's the throw down to second, and they got him. What a throw by Garrett Dennis. Boy, that was right on the money. And Linweber is thrown out 2-6, and there's 1 away. Coach Wren staying aggressive on the bases. Here's the right fielder, Alec Williams. Steps in from the left side. Pitch was called a ball, and that's a strike, so it's even at 1-1. Three nothing Tyler, bottom of the second. Off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of inning number 2. Bo Carter back with the windup now. The pitch. Chopper high to first base. You flip it to Carter, who just does hold on and just does beat Alec Williams to the bag. So that'll go 3-1. Good play there by Vargas. Ball took a high hop, and by the time it got down and hit the turf, he couldn't get to the bag. So Carter, as you teach your pitchers to do, was hustling over to cover and just did by half a step beat Williams for the second out. Back to the top of the lineup we go. Jacob Johnson, who walked and scored in the first inning, steps back in. First pitch misses, ball 1. Three runs on 3 hits for Tyler. No runs on 2 hits for the Buffaloes from Arkansas Baptist. Ball's low. 2 balls, no strikes on the Apache leadoff hitter, Jacob Johnson. Got a hit yesterday and has scored a run here in the first inning here today. Carter, deep breath. The 1-0 is going to miss. Two balls, no strikes. And, well, that was, I guess there was 3-0, so that's ball 4. So Johnson's going to walk for the second time.
Now batting number 14, Dalton Davis.
Second walk for Bo Carter. Here's Dalton Davis. Sac fly. Back in the first inning, it's not very often that the number 2 batter gets a sac fly in the first inning of a ball game, but Johnson was able to get all the way to third base. There he goes, stealing second, and he's there safely. So his second steal of the game will put him in scoring position with 2 outs. And I would not be surprised in the least here to see him take off to third. We'll see how much McMullen holds him at second. Not much. Not going. Line drive into right. That's going to score a run. RBI single, and you stay at first. You thought about going to second. Scores Johnson. It's 4-0 Apaches. Dalton Davis with a second RBI and his first hit of the day. Good piece of hit by Davis as he stays hot for the Apaches. Well, 2 in the first and now 2 more in the second. Makes it 4-0 Tyler. Heath Hood up for the second time. He flew out to center field his first time up. Hit the ball pretty well. Just got under it, and that wind is blowing in today from left and left center. First pitch swung on, kind of waved through a breaking pitch, and it's 0-1. Well, Davis probably going to get the green light here at some point with 2 outs. You always try to get these guys to scoring position. Not going here. In there for a strike, it's 0-2. Well, now you might send him. If nothing else, you get Heath Hood another crack at things next inning with a clean count. There he goes. Line shot to short, backhanded by Maisonette. He'll throw across, and nice play by the utility player, Kenny Maisonette, who played center yesterday. Now he's in the infield making plays like that. That was a nice play. 6-3 if you're scoring at the house. And the Apaches get 2 more runs on, let's see here, just 1 hit. Leave a guy on. We'll go to the top of the 3rd inning. Your score for Mike Carter, Tyler 4 and Arkansas Baptist 0. And welcome back to Tyler, Texas. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. 4-0 Tyler, top of the 3rd inning of a 7-inning ball game. All these games today in the triple header are 7 innings. Have not seen any sign of the Panola Ponies yet. First pitch way outside. This is 8-9-1 now for the Buffaloes from Arkansas Baptist. Parker Freer leads it off, and it's Nick McMullen. Parker Freer did play yesterday, 2 for 2 yesterday. Freer had a nice ball game yesterday. He was the only Buffalo with a multi-hit ball game yesterday. He got 2 of the 4 Buffalo hits yesterday. Great outing by Cooper Rawls, and then Casey Pelton came on to strike out 2 of the 3 guys that he got out in the 7th. Just outside, check swing, did not go. Nobody on, nobody out. Dalen Farmer started the inning with 25 pitches, 16 of them for strikes. 2-1 pitch, waves through the breaking pitch, and it's 2-2. Farmer from the windup. Sophomore from the Woodlands. Misses high, and it's a full count. College Park High School, 6'2", 200. His second start of the season. Through 4 innings last weekend. Struck out 4 and walked 1. Came into the game today with a 2.25 ERA. Time called now by Parker Freer. Well, here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, a little indecisive swing there by Freer, and that'll be the second strikeout
Now batting number 8, Nick
for Dalen
McMullen.
Farmer. Here's Nick McMullen now, first time up. He did not play yesterday, so this is his first at bat of the series. Playing second base, batting in the 9 spot for Coach Blake Cochran. Farmer, the windup, the pitch. Little looper into left center, and Heath Hood's got plenty of room out there. Makes the easy catch for out number 2. F7 if you're scoring at the house.
Now batting number 14.
Back to the
Kareem
top of the
Thrower,
lineup we go.
Jr.
And it's Kareem Thrower. And he'll step in from that left side. He struck out looking his first time up. 0 for 1. It's in there for a strike. And this game's actually moving along pretty good. Ponies aren't here yet, so play the middle game against the Buffaloes. Little nubber, just foul. His thrower way out in front of that. Just did get a piece of it. You got Johnson playing a couple steps the opposite way in center. Everybody else pretty much straight up. Here's the 0-2. And Tapper foul on the first base line. Count stays no balls, 2 strikes. The windup, the pitch. That misses high. 1-2. Beautiful day here at the ballpark. The 1-2. And that's going to miss. And we're even now, 2-2. We're eventually going to have, we've got some technical issues with the scoreboard function on our broadcast, but wanted to go ahead and put the overlay up there, and eventually we hope to have the scoreboard here at Mike Carter directly connected to the broadcast. So we're not working yet, but we're going to get you ready for that. Swing and a miss, strikeout number 3 for Dalen Farmer, and it's the second time in the game that Thrower has struck out. So Farmer gets the Buffaloes in order here in the 3rd inning. A 0 on the board. It's still a shutout. And we'll head to the bottom of inning number 3. The score remains Tyler 4, Arkansas Baptist 0. Four, 5, and 6 for the Tyler Apaches. And Robert Hines, who drove one out of here, his first at bat. He's 1 for 1 with a home run. Run scored and an RBI. Steps in for the second time against sophomore Bo Carter. From the windup. Breaking pitch in there, strike 1. Carter out of Greene County Technical High School. That's the same school that Peyton Hart went to. Paragould, Arkansas. Here's the 0-1. That's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Line shot. Knocked down at third base by Freer. He'll pick it up and throw. And, boy, good job at first base by Vargas to hang on. And that'll be a 5-3. Well hit off the bat of Robert Hines. Parker Freer down there at third knocked it down. Had to pick it up. Made a quick throw over, and Vargas picked it. 1 up and 1 down. Here's Miguel Vega. He drove a ball off the right field wall last time, probably 4 or 5 feet from going out of here. First pitch in there, strike 1. Well, what's happening, Carter now, this inning at least, is getting ahead of these Apache hitters, and that makes a big difference. The 0-1, look out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vargas, that open stance, the 1-1. Interesting. Garrett Dennis was kind of sliding to his right, and he had to reach back over the plate to catch that. So I'm not sure I've seen that very often. 2-1. High. 3-1. This is the same dangerous situation that Bo Carter was in last time, and he fed Vega a fastball, and Vega drove it off the wall. We'll see. Vega probably going to take a pretty good hack at a good one here. Another good swing in the same spot. He drives it high and deep to right. This ball's carrying. Ball's out of here. No, off the wall. It went off something. I guess it went off the wall. And Vega, the big fella, with a triple. I thought it might have been out of here. That ball was really high. And Coach Wren's going to ask the same question. I don't know. I thought it might have got out of here. If that umpire that was in right field did not call it, I can't imagine anyone else is going to see this and make a call. I thought it went off the scoreboard. I didn't hear anything, but they have a net out there? Is there a net in front of that scoreboard? So if it hit the net, it wouldn't have made a clanging sound, but boy, that came down. That was so high, and I thought for sure it went out of here. Don't have the luxury of replay here. Broadcast is about a minute behind, so I'm going to sit here and watch it on my screen. I'm not going to have a great view of it, but they're going to. I think there's no way they can bring him home on that. That Coach Wren's going to have some words for the umpire that was in right field, and the angle at which that ball was coming down, I don't know that I saw it go off the scoreboard, but the way the trajectory was, it looked like, and you can't really see it on I just watched it on the replay. We don't have a close enough picture to make a distinction there, but Coach Wren's going to go out there and give that guy an earful. As off the bat, it just looked like, boy, that ball is up and it's still going up. And by the time it came down, that right fielder knows.
Now batting number 9.
He's probably the only one in this ballpark right now that knows for sure where that ball got out of here. And with all the discussion, Vega stands at third with 1 away. He's got a double and a triple. So he's got the 2 hard ones behind him. If he gets the opportunity, he's on his way to a cycle here. First pitch misses, ball 1 to Ren Reynolds. Reynolds flew out to right field to end the first inning. Bo Carter from the stretch now with Vega at third base. The pitch. Misses inside. You got the infield for the first time maybe kind of halfway in. They aren't in. The corners are even with the bags. The middle guys are kind of halfway in. Not really sure what the strategy might be, but Vega at third base with 1 out. Ball's well hit. This will score him. And thrower catches the ball, and Vega will score easily. A sac fly for Ren Reynolds, and it's 5-0 Apaches.
Up to bat, number 23, Tate Whittington.
So the triple and the sac fly give the Apaches a 5-0 lead here in the third inning. Here's Blake Whittington for the second time. Got hit by a pitch and scored back in the second inning. First pitch in there, strike 1. 5 runs on 5 hits for the Apaches. No runs on 2 hits for the Buffaloes from Arkansas Baptist. Breaking pitch in there, strike 2. Buffaloes 1-2 on the year. Apaches 1-3. Tapper fouled on the third base side. Here's the 0-2. Big swing and a miss. Struck out Whittington, and that'll do it. But the Apaches do get another run on 1 hit. A sac fly off the bat of Ren Reynolds. And it's now 5-0 Apaches. We go to the 4th inning. Back in just a minute. You're watching Tyler Baseball on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to Mike Carter Field. 2, 3, and 4 for the Buffaloes from Arkansas Baptist. This is Francisco Cartea. Doubled to right field his first time up back in the first inning. First pitch misses, ball 1. Dalen Farmer, that was pitch number 39 for Farmer. 24 strikes. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. One. Well hit center field. Coming in is Johnson. He has to make a diving catch and does so. We're out number 1. Nice play by the center fielder, Jacob Johnson.
7, Joshy Cologne.
Well, off the bat, it looked like it was going to carry a little further than that, but Johnson had to hustle in and do a little belly flop to make the play. Joshua Cologne steps in, flew out to left his first time up, 0 for 1. Still looking for his first hit of the series. He was 0 for 3 yesterday. Farmer on the mound for the Apaches, his second start of the year. He went 4 complete last week. You do have some bodies milling around on that bullpen for the Apaches. Look out, he hits the bull. Didn't want to get away from him there. 4 or 5 Apache pitchers down that bullpen just kind of talking things over. Nobody tossing at the moment. 2-0 pitch. Pop up right side, and that's going to get out of play. Into the bleachers. Well, we will broadcast the finale of this triple header day at Mike Carter Field between the Apaches and the Panola Ponies. And we'll go on a few minutes before that game starts. Estimating somewhere around 6 o'clock, maybe before then, just depends. This one's moving along pretty well. Have not seen the Ponies yet. That game is a scheduled 3 o'clock start, so not sure they'd start it early if they could, but they might. Panola's here on time, and they want to. If everybody's here, I don't see why you wouldn't do that, but other than initially it was scheduled for 3 o'clock. Here's the payoff pitch, 3-2, strike 3. 4th strikeout for Farmer of the day. And Cologne is down on strikes. Here's Kenny Maisonette now, grounded out to second base to end the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Maisonette still 0 for the series, did not get a hit yesterday. First pitch in there, strike 1. The Buffaloes only mustered up 4 hits in 7 innings yesterday. 1 run on 4 hits. Apache's able to tally 13 base knocks. Yes, he did. And it's 0-2. 11 of the 14 runs yesterday for Tyler were earned. They really swung it well. He had 3 Apaches with 3 RBIs apiece. Vega, Eli, and Schwab. Here's the 0-2. High pop-up left side. And Lynn Weber's going to call him off. And the shortstop drifts over just behind third baseman Dalton Davis and squeezes it for out number 3. It's a 1-2-3 4th inning for Dalen Farmer. We'll go to the bottom half. Score remains the Tyler Apaches 5 and the Arkansas Baptist Buffaloes 0. 8-9-1 for Tyler Junior College. This is Tyler Lindweber will lead it off for the Apaches. He reached on an error by the third baseman his first time up. That was his first at bat of the series. He's 0 for 1. Bo Carter still on the mound to wind up in the pitch. And that's going to miss for ball 1. That was pitch number 57 for Bo Carter. 28 strikes. He's had moments where he's been sharp and working ahead of the hitters, but for the most part, he has fallen behind a lot of Tyler hitters. 2-0, and he falls behind again here to Lindweber. Takes a deep breath. There's 2-0. High pop-up, and this shouldn't be a problem, as Maisonette at shortstop will squeeze it for out number 1. That's a P6 pop-up to short if you're scoring at the house.
Alec Williams.
There's Alec Williams now. 0 for 1. He grounded out on a chopper to Izhar Vargas at first base. A play where Carter had to run over and cover the bag. Got a couple of bats out of the dugout over there. Home plate umpire keeping things cleaned up in the on-deck circle. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. We're in the bottom of the 4th. This is a 7-inning ball game. 5-0 Tyler. Fastball outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just absolutely perfect day for 3 ball games. That's what we're playing today between these 3 clubs. Breaking pitch that's low but called a strike. One and 2 with 1 away. Nobody on. The pitch. Good block there by Garrett Dennis. Temperature sneaking up now, 62 degrees. Started at 60. Pop-up, shallow left field. Cologne coming in on the run and makes the grab for out number 2. He had to come a long way to catch that one. And
Number 17, Jacob Johnson.
Maisonette kind of gave up on it a little earlier than he thought. They're talking it over right now. Maisonette played center yesterday, and it's not often you see a guy that's playing center one day and short the next, but that's what he's doing. True utility guy. First pitch is a fastball to Jacob Johnson, strike 1. 2 outs, nobody aboard here in the 4th inning. Bo Carter trying to get his first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. And he's 1 pitch away from getting it. He only faced 4 in the 3rd inning, but a triple and a sac fly allowed the Apaches to actually put a run on the board. Still looking for that first donut. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and there it is. A strikeout of Johnson, and a 1-2-3 4th for Bo Carter. And that will be strikeout number 2 for Carter in the ball game. So the Apaches go quietly. First time in the ball game they have not scored a run. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and now a 0 here in the 4th. We go to the 5th of a 7-inning ball game. 5-0 Apaches. Welcome back to Chris's Trinity Mother Francis Mike Carter Field. Dr. John Groth with you. Top of inning number 5. The middle of that Buffalo lineup. Garrett Dennis leads it off. Hit a ball right up the middle for a single. Lynn Weber got a glove on it, but couldn't really retrieve it. So Garrett Dennis is 1 for 1. He fouls the first pitch back. It's 0-1. Panola still not here yet. They are 1-2 on the year. They played a game yesterday. That's trouble into the right field corner. Good piece of hitting. Dennis is 2 for 2. He'll hustle for second and get an easy stand-up double. So it's a leadoff double for Garrett Dennis. And a little life in that Buffalo dugout. Boy, he reached out and just poked that ball. And it went way into the right field corner. Alec Williams had to retrieve it and get it in, but easy stand-up double for the catcher, Garrett Dennis. He's got 2 of the 3 Buffalo hits today. And here's Izhar Vargas, the first baseman. He popped up to second base his last time up. So he's 0 for 1. Daylen Farmer. First pitch swung on and missed. Well, Garrett Dennis led off the second inning in the same fashion. Got on base for the Buffaloes, but they could not get him in. A double play ball by Morgan ended that threat. He leads off the 5th here with a double. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's going to miss. Buffalo's trying to get back into this one. And finally, the Panola Ponies are here. So I'm guessing they probably won't start this thing any earlier than 3, but as the Ponies get here and start meandering around, probably getting down those cages a little bit. This game has moved at a pretty good pace. We'll just have to see what they want to do on a start time for that middle game. Tentatively, the Tyler-Panola game is at 6 o'clock, so I want to keep an eye on the Apache Athletics website, because we'll start the stream a few minutes before they start. And all things being equal here, that would be about 5:45. Try to get both coaches on the pregame interview, as we do every home game here. And not sure, we can get somebody barbecuing down there. Or either that or some engine burning up. There's smoke down in the bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Way high, 2-2. You guys know anything about that? Huh? No intel on the grill going here? Press box got to have food up here. Let's go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second is Garrett Dennis. Farmer working here in the 5th. 2-2 pitch struck him out. Strikeout number 5 for Daylen Farmer.
Number 21, Andrew Morgan.
And the shutout that Farmer has thrown is still intact. Here's Andrew Morgan, the DH. He grounded into an inning-ending double play back in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. Yesterday, Morgan was the first baseman. He was 0 for 3 yesterday, so he's still looking for his first hit of the series. Farmer from the stretch. Drops one right over the outside corner. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Well, somebody's fired up that grill. So nobody's alarmed at all the smoke down there. There's a couple of people standing around there, so must be getting it going for maybe some in-between ball game food. And that's going to miss. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. We have not seen anyone throwing. Someone's down in that bullpen, but see anyone throwing down there yet. Plenty of guys sitting down there in that bullpen area, but the next pitch off the plate, 2-1. 5-5-0 for the Apaches, 0-3-2 for the Buffaloes from Arkansas Baptist. Farmer from the stretch. Kind of slowed the pace of the game down. There's a good breaking pitch. It's 1-2. Pace of the game has slowed a little bit here. Top of inning number 5. Farmer has his sign. The pitch swung on and missed. Struck him out. Consecutive strikeouts for Dalen Farmer, and that's number 5 and number 6 in the books. Here's Parker Friel. He was a strikeout victim back in the 3rd inning. And he'll do his best to get the Buffaloes on the board. It's 5-0 in the 5th. A leadoff double by Garrett Dennis. And a couple of strikeouts. And Farmer's trying to keep the shutout intact. Blocked by the catcher, Robert Hines. He lost the ball for a moment and then scampered over to pick it up. So Dennis going to stay at second base. No reason to take a real chance over there at this point. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch, and boy, he sure looked like he leaned. Yeah, he's going to keep him there. That's a good. I think they're going to call it a strike. Yeah, he definitely stuck his arm out. And this was a point of emphasis as well in the umpiring video that I watched for this year, is hitters that are leaning out, that ball can be called a strike. That ball was a good breaking pitch on the inside part of the plate, and the hitter, Parker Friel, without question, at the very least didn't move, and if nothing, he almost looked like he did lean that left arm. It's got a guard on it. That's what some of these guys have kind of done the last few years, is they get those elbow guards and they just kind of stick it out there, and a pitch that would have been a strike is a hit batter. But Mr. Umpire, that point of emphasis was made in the umpiring video that I saw, so you're going to see probably more of that this season, as they try to crack down on some of these free passes on pitches that really are in the zone. All right, 2-1 now. That last pitch missed. Parker Friel still at the plate. And what was interesting, there wasn't really a whole lot of backlash from either the coaches or the fans. There was a couple of fans that maybe expressed disappointment, but everybody here kind of saw that it looked like he leaned into it. Pop up, this should end the inning. And Whittington, now it's going to be Ren Reynolds running over in foul territory to make the catch. So a nice job by Dalen Farmer after the leadoff double to Garrett Dennis. Strikes out 2 Buffaloes and then gets Parker Friel to pop up in foul territory. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. The score remains Apaches 5, Buffaloes 0. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas. 5-0 Apaches, bottom of the 5th. And 2, 3, and 4 for the Tyler Junior College Apaches. Dalton Davis, Heath Hood, Robert Hines scheduled to hit. Dalton Davis, 1 for 1. He's got 2 RBI. First at bat sac fly, and then a run scoring single to right field his last time up. First pitch misses, ball 1. We're in the bottom of the 5th of a 7-inning ball game. Panola Ponies now down in that right field bleacher area getting ready to go after getting off their bus. Carthage just a little over an hour due east of Tyler. And that pitch misses low. And Bo Carter falls behind 3-0. We do have a left-hander thrown in the Apache bullpen, so we may have seen the last of Dalen Farmer. And the next pitch, that's going to be in there for a strike. It's 3-1. Duke Jordan, I think, is that who that's down there? All right, so Jordan, the left-hander, in the bullpen. That ball's hit the center, and going back on the warning track, making the catch, is Kareem Thrower. Well hit off the bat of Davis, but he's out. Good play there by Kareem Thrower in center field. Ball was hit on a line, and Thrower, pretty good path to the ball, went straight over his head toward that 370 sign in center field. And he caught that with probably 1 1/2 foot onto the warning track. 1 out, nobody aboard. First pitch is in there. Strike 1 to Heath Hood. Hood is 0 for 2, a fly ball to center and a ground ball to short. So Duke Jordan, the freshman out of Lufkin, warming up in the Apache bullpen. And we're likely to see him in the top of the 6th inning. Not 100% sure on that. He hasn't been throwing that much. It looks like he's trying to get ready quickly here. 0-2 pitch, grounded just foul, a couple of feet. And Hood will go back with an 0-2 count. We're in the 5th inning, just an hour and 15 minutes so far, so pretty good pace of play here so far today. No balls, 2 strikes. The Apache left fielder for his first base hit of the ball game. Bo Carter, the sophomore from Paragould, Arkansas. The pitch, it's going to miss high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, yesterday, Peyton Hart threw 129 pitches in 6 innings of work, so Bo Carter started the inning with 67 pitches, and the Buffalo bullpen is a ghost town, so there's nobody down there even thinking about coming out. Heard Coach Cochran say this is his first outing of the year, and that goes through the 5-hole to the fence. Full count now on Heath Hood. Hood has worked it back to a full count. Nobody on. 1 out here in the 5th inning. Apaches lead at 5-0. Line shot foul down the right field side. That's right over the Panola group that's getting dressed in the right field bleachers. See some of those coaches telling those players, hey, get going here. This game is moving right along. And there's a good at bat right by Heath Hood. And an 0-2 count, draws a walk.
Now to bat number 20, Robert Hines.
It's just the 3rd walk of the game for Bo Carter, so he has kept the ball in play, and that's kept this game moving along. Both pitchers doing a pretty good job on that side of it. His counterpart, Dalen Farmer, has 0 walks. So here is Robert Hines, 1 for 2. Hit a home run a solo shot to left last time, hit a bullet at the third baseman. High pop-up left field on the first pitch. And this is Cologne in left field. Makes the grab, never a doubt out there. 2 hands to you in the big leagues there. And that'll go down as an F7. He had to make an adjustment at the last minute. Again, that wind blowing in from left and left center. So those kind of balls right there are going to be knocked down a little bit. Aren't going to get as deep as you think they might. Here is Miguel Vega. Vega on his way to the cycle. Not sure he's going to give a chance to get 4 at-bats here, but he's got a double and a triple, both to the same spot in the ballpark to right center. First pitch. Waved through an off-speed pitch, and it's 0-1. Well, in yesterday's game, Vega was 2 for 3, couple of runs scored, 3 RBI. Does not have any RBIs today, but a double and a triple. He does have a run scored. Now Carter's going to step off. Heath Hood is at first base. Would not be surprised at all to see him take off to second here. There he goes. And a little run and hit going there maybe, or hit and run. Vega looked like he was trying to go the other way. Right side wide open. And it's 0-2. Well, the good news is that Miguel Vega, the balls he's driven today have been the other way, which means he's letting it travel. And he holds up on a ball that's out of the zone high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ren Reynolds waits on deck for the Apaches. They lead at 5-0 here, bottom of 5. 2 outs. There goes the runner again. Ground ball, left side, backhanded by the shortstop Maisonette, and nice play by Kenny Maisonette, who's a true utility player, played center yesterday. He's made a couple of nice plays in the infield here in the second game of the series, and that'll do it for the Apaches. We'll head to the 6th inning. The score remains Tyler 5, Arkansas Baptist 0. Welcome back to Tyler, Texas, and we have gone to the bullpen for the first time for the Apaches, so you can close the book on Dalen Farmer. He throws 67 pitches, 43 strikes, gives up no runs on just 3 hits in 5 innings of work. So he's in line for the win right now is Dalen Farmer. Here's Duke Jordan now, left-handed freshman from Lufkin Hudson High School, 6'2" and 230. Second appearance of the year for the left-hander from Lufkin. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. This is the 9-hitter, Nick McMullen. Flew out to left field his first time up. It's his first at-bat of the series, did not play yesterday. Going from the windup, Jordan falls behind 2-0. Next pitch misses, and Jordan has fallen behind 3-0. Apache scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, but the last 2 innings have been 0. So Carter settled in nicely for the Buffaloes. Still nobody tossing their bullpen. He has thrown 85 pitches. We heard Coach Cochran talk about the fact that he did not throw last weekend, so this is Carter's first out of the year. And there's a leadoff walk to start the 6th inning. McMullen aboard.
Now batting number 14, Caribe Thrower Jr.
That's the first walk for Arkansas Baptist in this ball game. And back to the top of the lineup we go. Caribe Thrower has struck out twice, once looking and once swinging. Playing center field for the Buffaloes. McMullen, a second baseman by trade, not much of a lead. And boy, a freshman from Lufkin has struggled to throw strikes here. First one was well out of the zone high. Hines stood up and kind of pushed his hand downward as if to say, just settle down here. And there's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got a left-on-left matchup here. Duke Jordan, a left-hander from Hudson High School down in the Lufkin area. And the leadoff hitter, Caribe Thrower Jr. Off the plate. 3-1. Well, both these coaches know there's another game looming, but I know that Apaches have plenty of guys available if necessary. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, you'd love to see the double play ball here if you can get it. Thrower back into the box. Here's the pitch. High and inside. Count has gone full, 3-2. Well, you're 1 pitch away from allowing these Buffaloes to maybe get something going here. A leadoff walk to McMullen. Now you're at the top of the lineup. Thrower at a 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called, outside half. And Jordan gets his first strikeout. Thrower gonna
number 16, Francisco Cartea.
Walk back to the dugout. His first strikeout for Jordan, strikeout number 7 for the Buffalo hitters. And that's 1 out, and that's a big out. Here's Francisco Cartea trying to keep that momentum on the Apaches side of the ledger. And Jordan, after the leadoff walk, strikes out Thrower. First pitch in there, and he gets ahead of Cartea, 0-1. Cartea is 1 for 2. Doubled to right field, and a nice diving catch by Johnson in the 4th. Check swing. It was called a strike. So it's 0-2. So after falling behind, Caribe Thrower, Duke Jordan settling in here and working right ahead of Francisco Cartea. Jordan from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, this could end the inning. 6 and 4 and 3 double play. Second double play of the game for the Apaches. Lynn Weber to Reynolds to Whittington. And that'll do it. Nicely done by the freshman Duke Jordan getting that double play ball. After the leadoff walk to McMullen, Jordan gets out of trouble. And we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. You're 3 outs away from win number 2 of the year. It's 5-0 Apaches. All right, bottom of the 6th inning. Bo Carter back on the mound for the Buffaloes. And
Now batting, number 9.
here's Ren Reynolds. Reynolds 0 for 1, a sac fly his last time up to center field, scored Vega after he tripled. So he's got an RBI in 2 plate appearances, 0 for 1. Carter, wind up, high fly ball left field. This is high, but I don't think deep enough. And easy catch out there for Joshua Cologne, out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Reynolds got under that. If he gets through that ball a little bit more, may have a chance to get out of here, but as is, Cologne makes the easy play. And here's Blake Whittington for the 3rd time. Got hit by a pitch and struck out. He's 0 for 1. First pitch just misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. So that was pitch number 87 of the ball game for Bo Carter. The 1-0. Drops a breaking pitch right over the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the Panola Ponies used to play a lot of baseball at Mike Carter. There's a tapper to third. And Freer throws to first, and I don't think he did get him. Wow. Thought he had beat it out. But evidently not. 5-3, you're scoring at the house. Good pick at first base by Izhar Vargas at first base as Parker Freer had to make a play on the run there. And I thought that Whittington might have beat it out, but evidently not. So 2 away, nobody on. This is the 8-hitter, Tyler Linweber. Reached on an error, popped up to short, 0 for 2 here in this game. He's going to show bunt, pull back, strike 1. The Panola Ponies used to be, Tyler used to be in the conference with the Ponies, first 10 years of the program. So they've played plenty of baseball out here at Mike Carter over the years. Been a while since the Apaches have been in that conference. Let's see, our last year would have been 02. Working on almost 20 years, 18 years ago. 0-2 pitch, swung on, missed. Ball gets away from Dennis, and down to first goes Linweber. So that's going to be a strikeout wild pitch. So Linweber will reach on the wild pitch, and he's at first with 2 away. Here's Alec Williams, the 9-hitter for the Apaches for the 3rd time today. Grounded to first and flew out to left field, 0 for 2. For Williams. Linweber might take off here. Not going on the first pitch. First pitch swing and fouls it off to the left side, out of play. And it's 0-1. With 2 outs, he's sure going to try to probably get Linweber over there to the second base in scoring position. He's got to pick the right pitch. It's an 0-1 count. Not going. Fastball high, 1 ball, 1 strike. The grill continues to fire up down there. I don't know what's going on. Normally you don't see that much smoke. Unless it just, I don't know, maybe just getting the thing started. Been a while though. Ed, you need to go down there and cook some burgers for us. Well, the wind's taking that smoke away from the press box, so you don't really have the smell that you normally get, at least not yet. 2 balls and a strike to Alec Williams. There goes the runner, tapper to first, and Vargas will step on the bag for the final out. 3-U if you're scoring at the house. We'll go to the 7th inning. Tyler 5, Arkansas Baptist 0. And welcome back for the top of the 7th. This is a 7-inning ball game, so the Apaches 3 outs from getting victory number 2 on the season. Duke Jordan back on the hill for the Apaches. Freshman out of Lufkin Hudson High School will face 3, 4, and 5. This is Joshua Cologne, 0 for 2 in the ball game. Fly ball to left and a called third strike. From the windup, Jordan misses ball 1. Well, we'll try to give you some kind of indicator as to whether it looks like they're going to start early. I'm going to guess they might. And that would mean that last game might actually start a little earlier than 6 o'clock. So my best advice for you, those of you who want to tune back in for the nightcap between Tyler and Panola, is to maybe get on about 5:15, 5:30 and see if we're rolling there with the pregame, because this game has moved right along. That pitch is called a strike. It's 1-2 on Cologne. So with the speed of play here, we're only at 137 right now. And this next game was supposed to start at 3. I think they're going to start before then. Fouled out of play. Count remains 1-2. Nobody on, nobody out. We're in the top of the 7th of a 7-inning ball game. All 3 games today, 7s. The Ponies from Panola getting ready down those cages. Apaches will have a chance to get a burger or 2. Strike 3 called inside corner. Cologne didn't like the call. He's looking back at Mr. Umpire, and Mr. Umpire's looking back at him. It's going to be the 8th strikeout of Buffalo batters, the 2nd strikeout for Duke Jordan. And that'll bring up shortstop Kenny Maisonette. Done a nice job at short. Yesterday played center. Kind of a rarity in today's game, a guy that can do both. And fastball misses low, ball 1. So those of you who are thinking about tuning into the Tyler Panola game, I would get on somewhere between 4 and 4:30, see if we're rolling with the pregame show, because we may start that, or 5 or 5:30, excuse me. That game is supposed to start at 6, so I don't know. Just keep an eye on the internet. Hop on once in a while and just see if we're rolling yet, because as soon as we're ready to play, we'll go with the pregame interviews, and then we'll start game 3 of the triple header today. 2-0 pitch. That's called a strike. It's 2-1. By the looks of things here and just watching those coaches, I think they're going to probably want to start this early, but I may be totally wrong, and they may wait till 3, so we'll see. Fly ball, center field. This should be an easy out. Johnson drifts over, makes the catch. 2 away. So 1 out away from win number 2 are the Apaches, and the Buffaloes down to their last out. This is Garrett Dennis, the catcher, and he's been the bright spot today for the Buffaloes. 2 for 2. Singled up the middle and doubled to right field. Got 2 of the 3 Buffalo hits. The only other hit was Francisco Cartea, a double in the 1st inning. That was it. So really nice job by Dalen Farmer of limiting the offense. He struck out 6 batters in 5 innings of work. 1-0 pitch is swung through, and it's 1-1. Two outs, nobody aboard. 5-0 Apaches. The 1-1. Way inside, 2 balls and a strike. The freshman from Lufkin, Texas, Hudson High School, Duke Jordan, trying to close this one out. The 2-1. Boy, driven to right field, but foul. That's right at the bullpen area. Got some Apache pitchers down there in that bullpen, and of course the Ponies in the batting cages down in that right field corner, getting ready to play game 2 against the Buffaloes. Ponies come into well, they will come in to the first game, I believe, with a 1-2 record. Next pitch just missed. Boy, I couldn't have taken that. Pretty good spot. And Garrett Dennis is going to get the call. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on. Top of 7 of a 7-inning game. Buffaloes trying to keep the game alive here. They're down 5-0. Here's the pitch. Just does get a piece of that one. And he'll live to see another pitch. Duke Jordan trying to finish this one. He's had a clean 7th inning. A strikeout and a fly ball to center. Deep breath on the mound. Here's the payoff pitch. Off the plate, ball 4. So, hope is still alive for the Buffaloes. That's a second walk for Duke Jordan. Dalen Farmer did not walk a batter, and so with 2 outs, here's Ishar Vargas. Popped up to second, struck out swinging. 0 for 2. And, well, you just balked a guy to second. So Garrett Dennis, rather pedestrian lead over there. Jordan flipped a pickoff attempt, and first base umpire promptly called a balk. Time's called now by the hitter. Vargas steps out. 5-5-0 for Tyler. 0-3-2 for the Buffaloes from Arkansas Baptist. Ooh, he chased a high one. And it's no balls and 1 strike. On first baseman, Ishar Vargas. And a couple of guys in that lineup today for the Buffaloes that are playing different spots. Cologne was in right, and he's playing left. Maisonette was in center. He's at short. And Vargas was catching. He's at first. So some of the same hitters, but he got moved around a bit. Over the course of a season, that will prove to be valuable. Got guys that can play multiple spots. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Jordan trying to preserve the shutout here. 5-0, top of 7. Here's the pitch. Check swing, and it's 1-2. Now you're down to your last strike. Well, we started at 12:02. It is 1:43. This game has gone fairly quickly. Hour and 41 right now. 1-2 pitch. Off the plate, gets away. That's going to be a pass ball. Hines just missed it. It wasn't a wild pitch. He just missed it. And over to third goes Dennis. And now a walk, a balk, and a pass ball. A little sloppy ending here. As Jordan tries to finish this one up. He's going to go ahead and, well, he's going to go from a stretch. I thought he might wind up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dennis is at third base now. Here's the pitch. Foul tip, stays alive. Just did get a piece of it. Vargas battling there at home plate. Jordan comes set. The next 2-2. Swing and a miss, and there's your ball game. Strikeout number 3 for Duke Jordan. That's the 9th strikeout for Tyler pitching today, and the shutout is preserved. For Arkansas Baptist, no runs on 3 hits. They commit 2 errors. The Apaches 5 runs on 5 hits. They do not commit an error, so the Apaches will take the 2-game series 2-0. They'll raise their record to 2-3 on the year, and the Buffaloes from Arkansas Baptist will drop to 1-3 on the season. Winning pitcher will be Dalen Farmer. His record will go to 1-0. Losing pitcher will be Bo Carter. He'll drop to 0-1 on the year as the coaches and players share pleasantries out on the field. Let's recap this one. First inning, Jacob Johnson, the leadoff hitter for the Apaches, walked. He stole second quickly, reached third on an errant throw by the catcher, Garrett Dennis. So he's at third with Dalton Davis, excuse me. And Davis promptly hit a fly ball to center, and it was 1-0 Apaches on the sac fly. A solo home run off the bat of Robert Hines 2 batters later, and the Apaches were out to a 2-0 lead. They added 2 more runs in the second inning, a single run in the third, and that would be it. From that point to the end, it was 0. So Bo Carter, the pitcher for Arkansas Baptist, settled in nicely. He finished with 96 pitches, and he just struck out 1 Apache, ended up walking 3. He gave up 5 runs on 5 hits in 6 innings of work for the sophomore from Paragould, Arkansas. So he'll take the loss. Dalen Farmer, his counterpart, in his second outing of the year, will get his first decision. It goes 1-0. He struck out 6. All right, so 2:30 they just said is the start time for this next game, and so that's going to ramp up that final game that we will broadcast. So we'll try to give you an estimate on that. It may be as much as an hour early. So hang on to that for a minute. We'll finish wrapping this one up and then try to give you some details about the finale between the Apaches and the Ponies here momentarily. So getting back to, let's take a peek at try to see if we can get our hands on a box score here. Let's take a moment. For whatever reason, I got to get out of my Wi-Fi. iScore doesn't want to work when I'm on Wi-Fi here. So let's just see. 5-0 is the final. Again, Arkansas Baptist, no runs on 3 hits. They commit 2 errors. Tyler Junior College, 5 runs on 5 hits. No errors for the Apaches. Here we go. Here's a box score. So let's give you some numbers for the starting pitcher, Dalen Farmer. Farmer, 5 innings pitched. He gives up 3 hits, strikes out 6, does not walk anybody. Boy, that's beautiful pitching. He ended up throwing 67 pitches, 43 strikes, 24 balls. So a nice solid outing for Dalen Farmer, the sophomore from the Woodlands. And then it was Duke Jordan for 2 innings, the freshman from Lufkin. And he came in, and let's see if we can get some numbers on Duke Jordan here. And if I can find him, let's see, 24, there we go. Jordan, 2 innings of work, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He threw 36 pitches, 20 strikes, 16 balls. So really pretty good pitching on both sides for the Apaches, and a nice win. They now are 2-3 on the year, and the Buffaloes drop to 1-3. So the Buffaloes will take about a 40-minute break, grab a snack or so. They're down in the left field corner, and Coach Cochran talking through this last ball game with them. The Ponies are stretching out in the left field or right field area, and they're going to start this next game at 2:30. So the Buffaloes will take on Panola at 2:30. We will not broadcast that ball game, but boy, hang on, because this one here, an hour and 46 minutes or so game time. So if you extrapolate that out, if this next one goes about 2 hours, that we're probably going to start maybe in the ballpark of 5 o'clock for our next broadcast. So those of you who want to watch Tyler Panola online, you may want to log in about 4:45, somewhere between 4:30 and 5 o'clock, and see if we got the pregame show going. We will run that as soon as we can as that middle game ends. And so that'll wrap things up from Mike Carter Field here for Game 1 of the trifecta, as the Apaches take a 5-0 win over the Arkansas Baptist Buffaloes. Our best wishes to Coach Cochran in his first year as skipper of the Buffaloes. He's enjoying getting back into the baseball side of things. So for the whole athletic department at Tyler Junior College, that includes Mr. Kevin Vest, the athletic director, Captain Chuck Smith, the associate athletic director. Safe travels back to Tyler, Captain Smith, Miss Kelsey Weeks, the assistant athletic director, administrative assistant Miss Sherry Hardwood. A big thank you to Ed Atkins and the whole crew up here in the press box. Thanks for watching. This is Dr. John Groth, And thanks be to God who gives us the victory through Jesus Christ our Lord. Until about 4:30 or 4:45 this afternoon, so long, everybody.